Okay, so UFC 307 just ended. So on picks, of 12 fights, I had 9 correct. Um, However, if you listen to me, round robin parlayed, especially my round robin parlay, all 5 of those fights hit, you will have broken even plus profit. Um, if you listened to me and also made additional parlays where, you had a whole card, and then a few where fights you were less sure of were left off, then you may or may not have made significantly more. Personally, I did pretty well tonight. Um, the fights that I was incorrect on were Tim Means versus Court McGee. Who knew that Court McGee would get his first fucking submission in 14 years? That's almost indicative of corruption, but who knows? Second pick I got incorrect was the split decision loss of Austin Hubbard. I took Austin Hubbard. Like I said in the first video, don't bet based on emotion. Now I didn't do that exactly. I actually did think Austin Hubbard would, have a reasonable chance, but once again, that was it was like a 55% to 45, and it was a split decision. Hubbard clearly won the third round. One kindly judge gave him the second, which was close enough, but I don't think that was a robbery. It was close enough though. And the third fight that I lost, which pisses me off more than anything, is that Kevin Holland twisted himself trying to scramble, and the weight of Roman Dolite's fat ass on top of him caused his rib to break. Do I take the victory away from Dolite? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because if Kevin Holland proved anything in his fight prior to this, it's that on the ground he's able to defend himself at the very least, if not set up, all kinds of fucking locks and jujitsu. It's hard to talk about. The fact that he broke a rib and a doctor stoppage happened, like, who fucking knew, right? But Jose Aldo, people are coping about that, saying it was a robbery. I mean, it was a little bit bitch made the way Batista fought the third round, but it's undeniable that he did win. I mean, when they were on the feet, he did outstrike Aldo. In the first, he outstruck him as well. First was closer. I'm going to look at the scorecards and see, I'm sure it was I guess maybe the one judge that scored it for Aldo could have given him the third, but I imagine it was the first. I don't think that was a robbery. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan of the style that Batista employed in the third round, but, I don't like it any more than anybody else. But he still won the fight. I picked him to win, and that's how it went. So 9 out of 12, right? 75%. But because of, once again, round robin parlays, okay, I broke even plus profit, and then in addition to that, several parlays that I laid that left off the 3 fights, okay. The Holland loss took out, a decent amount of potential profit, right? Brought my win from 5 figures down to 4, but and by the way, that's after break even. So, decent money, mid-high 4 figures, and all I have to say is that Tim Means needs to retire. Court McGee fucking pulled an upset. By way of a finish. It could have gone to decision, and he could have gotten a victory, but I did not see that card starting that way. I was not happy about that. But, you know, mostly the lesson for anyone watching this is don't make straight bets, because I know personally a bunch of friends who bet on Pereira to win by knockout in the first, some in the second, but definitely not the fourth, right? Now, a straight bet on Pereira, you know, yes, it would have paid, but it would have paid virtually nothing in comparison to round robin parlays as well as regular parlays. Okay? Like, bet on the fighter you think will win the fight. Do not bet on over-unders, and don't make straight bets. I did pretty well tonight. I hope some of you did. I really hope that anyone, if it's one person, watched either of my videos and, you know, and decided to take a chance and employ my strategy that I laid out, as far as round robin parlays, you know, being laid first to reduce the house edge. I'm happy with that, you know. And I will be doing a prediction video for next week's card and every subsequent week, because honestly, year to date, I'm pretty fucking good at this, and I've made a lot of money. I bet on soccer more than UFC, but I don't feel like the two sports have much crossover audience, so is what it is. Anyway, Pereira fucking stalked him down and picked him apart. By the end of the third, it was clear. I mean, you know, I was nervous for 2 rounds, but he also saved the main card. I mean, you know, Kayla Harrison going to decision was a fucking, yeah. No one, especially her, wanted it to go that way, but I mean, that was the lock that, like, I assumed it would be, regardless of decision or finish. So, in conclusion, UFC 308 will be much better, definitely. And to be honest, next week's fight night, aside from the main event of this, next week's fight night's main event, Tetsuro Taira is the most exciting fighter at flyweight. He's going to absolutely destroy Brandon Royval, but I'll have picks for that whole card up. And this time it'll be a lot further out from, you know, from the card. So, you know, you have time to weigh mine against everybody else. Thank you for the views. You know, they've hit 11K at this point, and you know, which I've been told surpasses other MMA YouTube channels, including what was that one? Rigo, I guess. And yeah, my friend told me about that. Yeah, people have encouraged me not to get in, like, beefs with other YouTube MMA people, which I have no intention of doing unless they come at me. I mean, MMA Guru is, you know, definitely a pretty based channel, and the dude is pretty good for the sport, I feel. And he did encourage me to make this channel, so, you know, and commented on it. So, I mean, shout out to him. He and I had 7 disagreements on this card, by the way, and I won best out of 7 by 4-3. So, you know, friendly fade though. Cheers to him, and you know, I do understand his frustration at the Aldo loss. So, you know, what can I say? I mean, you know, it's like, Bautista won. Like, what do you want, bro? Like, I mean, he did win legitimately. I mean, it sucks that, you know, he lost by being held against the cage, but, you know, if he was the fighter that he should have been, why couldn't he stop that? try to look at it that way, I guess. I don't know, man. It's, weird things happen. People get old. Personally, I don't think Jose Aldo should be fighting at bantamweight. I mean, it doesn't make sense that he thinks he has any chance at getting anywhere near the belt, given that Merab just won it. You got Umar versus Merab, right? Umar probably beats Merab, to be honest, and holds the belt for a long time. And then you have Figueiredo, who's in the top 5. Like, I don't know what Aldo really is thinking. And with the fucking crown and shit, like, I love Jose Aldo, but his best days are behind him, clearly. Anyway, I hope some of you took my advice to not gamble. And if you did, I hope you took my advice on how you bet, because if you took the advice that I gave in the second video, which was a much shorter video, clarifying how I bet and round robin parlays, then you made money. You broke even and made money. Okay? That's a fact if you listen to that video. Alright? Hope some of you did, and yeah. I mean, thank you for watching the shit, and keep watching UFC. It's good shit. I mean, main card of this fucking event was boring as fuck, but Pereira saved it once again. He'll probably get a good amount of time off before he fights Ankalaev and loses the belt. But that's a story for another day.